How Vicki works for an event like this is everyone here brought people with the spirits. Everyone has somebody to talk to. It isn't always who you might think you want. You know, you probably talked all day, please come through, all that. She can't conjure up exactly who you want, but she can tell you, she can work with whoever is there. A lot of times, for validation, they're going to throw out names. It could be a name of your child's best friend, Tiffany. It could be Mary. It could be somebody you know, and you just say yes or no, and they're just saying, okay, making sure you know it's him or her. She sees them very clearly. She hears them. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's both, a lot of times it's everything. The way she describes it when she's doing a reading is it's almost like a static radio. You're tuning in. You're on one channel, then you're on another, but eventually it comes through and she'll nail it. She'll get a name, she'll make it like that. So, hey everybody, welcome Vicki Monroe. She's here.
Basically, I've been seeing since I was 3 years old. Did I talk much about it? No. The only person that I ever really knew was my mom. And because I think, you know, the way I looked at it when I was 3, you kind of thought all kids could do things like that. You know, you don't think anything of it. I had 4 siblings, so, yeah. But it wasn't until later when I got into elementary school and things like that, and I would actually mention this to a friend of mine whose grandparent had been very, very ill. And they passed, and they had been worried about this person. And I said, oh, they look so good now. Aren't you happy? About what? And I got suspended for that. So that's when I realized, no, they can do that. Or they can, and they turned it off. Because all of you, everyone here, your sixth sense when you were born was your strongest. But it's the first one that we let go. Because we let everything that's out here, all the external influences, combat what your soul is, that is within you, is your filtration system. The brain is physical. It gets sick, it goes away. But the soul lives forever, okay? And a spiritual being looks about 16 to 24, and they are so gorgeous and so beautiful and so happy. If we knew what they were living in, what we could, seriously, you would not be sad. You'd probably be a little tipped off. Because I'm still here, you know? Look what I got left, you know, to finish. But it is. But that's home. Heaven's home, this is work. Okay? And you all signed up for this. You made a plan, a map, a blueprint, whatever you want to call it. We made that up. And you will follow it word for word for word, but you have free will. So do you listen to the brain? Or do you listen to the mind, that gut feeling that says, don't do it? Even though maybe it's the best job in the world, makes the best money, but you don't feel right about something. That's this telling you, just wait. Come back around again, do it. If there's something you need to go through first. Maybe it's a marriage, maybe it's something else, but whatever. There's a reason for everything that happens, okay? So it's silly to question it. It's kind of just stay in a positive mode and go with it, okay? And just so you know, you are a spiritual being. This is nothing. It's matter. You know, it's gonna go. It's, you know, take flowers out of it someday. That's what I say. Or plant a tree over me. You know, really nice one. But what you really need to understand is you are a spiritual being who chose to experience this life. You chose it. You chose what you wanted to do with it. Just because we might have had a divorce or might have made a mistake, that doesn't mean this is a failure. It's only a failure if you believe it is. And I can tell you, you're not failing. If you make a mistake, fix it. Or learn from it, move on. Don't waste time with guilt. You came into this life, you'll meet people that you feel instantly, you feel like family. More than your blood family. Blood doesn't make family. all souls, there's a lot of metaphoric terms that I've learned over the years. This is the biggest though. All souls are the same age, created by the same parents, okay? To me, that just made perfect sense. Because if it's mother and father, that makes sense to me. And if we're all the same age, the physical, it doesn't matter. If a soul chooses to live just 2 years, or just 16 years, it's their choice. Their soul's not ours. Maybe they lived a longer life the last time, and this time they chose to come in. I'm going to make something important happen. I'm going to make a statement here with my life, and people will learn from this. And that's almost always what happens. When it's a young person, there's a message there. Even if you don't know them, you'll read about them. Oh my God, I didn't know this could happen. Or this kind of thing existed, or this kind of an illness ever happens. It makes us aware. Then they leave. But the important thing to know is, no matter what you think you're witnessing when somebody crosses, if you're there, or however they might go. My sister was in a car crash with her husband when she died. And she didn't feel a thing. We were out before impact. Already on our way home. To that light that we came from, right back. So no one feels death. Doesn't happen. We might, what it looks like, and I worked in nursing home, I was a nurse, I worked in hospitals, and what actually is happening is they're seeing the other side. The soul is sitting, it's like, yes, home, I'm done. Job done, work, they punch out. And the body knows, I can't exist without this. I have that, that's its energy source. It's like a light bulb or a candle starts to flicker out just because there's not enough wax left, or it's flickering, that bulb's gonna be fading out. Soul's not. So there's no pain, there's no suffering. They're in that light. And the first thing that they see after they're back, their beautiful, youthful 16 to 24, is a pet. That is the very first thing that is seen. Even if you've never had a pet in this life, it doesn't matter, you will know that one. Because they look about 8 weeks old, and to them, it's the greatest honor to be able to meet you there. Because unlike what happens to us, we come into this world with unconditional love. We leave with it. They live with it always. What we lose as a sixth sense is what they live by their lives. So, that's who sees us first. And then we're reunited. And heaven is honestly, somebody said to me the other day, it was their father. We were there too. We were in Portland. And he said, imagine Thomas Kincaid painting. I don't know, you guys probably all know what that is. He's the artist with the lights. And it was a cabin, and it was a stream with a, I'm sure you guys have seen it. He said, look at that. That's where I am. That's mine. I picked it. I can change it anytime I want, but they can see you and be there all at the same time. So no one is not well, no one is not happy. Are you kidding? Honestly, they are euphoric. There are no tears, except they hate seeing us with tears. And it's harder because we're taught differently, and we think it's the end, and it's not. It's just not. Okay? So if you feel somebody around you, if you feel a touch, or just the sensation somebody's next to you, lots of times cars, sitting on your bed at night, that happens a lot. Perfume, cologne, tobacco, they can't smoke over there, or drink or eat. So, and I have yet to find a beer-scented candle for anyone that likes beer, so they're out of luck. But they always say, oh, light one for me, just so I can smell it. Or I've had a couple of wives just pop open a can on their birthday. And they'll come over and they go, oh yeah, I smelled it. It wasn't the one I liked, but you know, it's beer. So it's like, they just remember it. And that's how it works. See, I just rewrote the Bible in 5 minutes. And I'm not taking anyone's religious faith away. It's not. This is just, if you broke it all down, it's really easy. It's just, it's complicated in translation. See? Someone's here. This guy back there. You think. You never know. So, huh?
Lights have been going on and off since.
Oh yeah, I know. That happens all the time, okay? Lights will go on and off, the doors will open and close. You might feel something cold go by you. They're very loving, it's nothing bad. But honestly, watch for the signs. Pennies, they leave pennies all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it clogs my vacuum. 6 vacuums in 5 years. It's not a good thing. No. And yeah, and even pets. If a cat used to sleep on your bed, don't think it's not doing it anymore. They stick around. And they always are listening to you. Okay? So they'll mention, you have them all here now. I'll draw a name. But just so you know, somebody next to you might have honestly, what I'm looking at right now, there's like 3 people behind each person going, pick my person first. Oh, yeah. You better do this one. I have no,